These are in listen-only mode.
स्वागतम् अद्य बुधवासरः दिनाङ्कः पञ्चमः नूतनमासः न्यू मंथ October month 5th of October Wednesday व्याकरण शिक्षा समास विचारः प्रथमतः मंगलाचरणं रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तले सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्री राम नाम वरानन उन्नम इति अथ श्री महेश्वर सूत्राणि अ इ उण् रुल् ऋक् ए ओंग अयौच हयवरट् लण् ञमङ ण नं जवै घडदश् जब गडदश् खफ छ ठ थ च ट थव क पै श ष सर हल् इति महेश्वर सूत्राणि. Okay. The last time we are on the bottom of this page, adhobhage asya prishthasya prishth sankhya 134. So page number 134, we are on the very last part. We just on this this note on the bottom of page 134 says that when a verbal root takes a primary affix, again primary affix means pratyakrit. They use these terms of primary affix and secondary affix in English. Simply means that primary affix means pratyakrit by sutram krudating. So from here, I mean, we know all this, but just to get started today is this sutram, which is krudating, krudating. So adhikara of krudating goes to apa a adhyaya samapti paryantam. So it goes up to the end of this chapter. So that's what's called primary affix, krud pratyaya. And secondary affixes, we'll see some of them I think in a later lesson. They are called tadhyataha, which starts from 4176 to end of the 5th chapter. So Panchama Adhyaya Samapti Paryantam. Ayam Adhikaraha Pracharati, it goes up to there. So whenever we see the term primary affix in an English book, it means pratyakrit pratyaha. The secondary affix means tadhyataha. So what he's saying is here is that primary affix independent of any upapada. Upapadam also we have seen the definition, which is the Tatropapadam saptamistham. We have been using it all along. Tatropapadam saptamistham. And we also saw the Vyakhyanam last time of Bhattoji. Let's look at it one time. What is the meaning of the sutram? Tatropapadam saptamistham. Tatropapadam saptamistham. Let's see. No, 3192. So, in a sutram like karmani, an, etc., karmani, etc., is in saptami. So, karmani. So, the word, the item indicated by that, so which means that, okay, here it is. Saptamyante pade, karmani ityadav. The word like karmanyan, which we have been seeing, which we have used, karmani ityadav, vachyattvena sthitam kumbhadi. So karma means indicates that the pot is the object. So vachyattvena sthitam kumbhadi, tad vachakam padam. So word which stands for the pot, upapadam sanyam syat. So saptamyante pade, this is the main thing. There has to be a saptamyantam padam, either in the sakshat samase athva anuvritti. One way or the other, it is a saptam in the pratyaya vidhayaka sutram. The pratyaya vidhayaka sutram, like the pratyaya and was prescribed only on the basis of there being a karma as upapadam. So in the pratyaya vidhayaka sutram, if you have a saptamyantam padam, either in that sutram or by anuvritti, then then we may have a upapada samasa. We have to see what saptam is indicating. And if it's indicating something like karmani, supi, karane, adhikarane, etc., one of these, then it could be anything else. Could be some specific items also. We don't know. As I said, this entire adhikara goes from the adhikara goes from 3192 to end of chapter 3. Tatrupapadam saptamistham, but many of them many useful ones come in 3.2. So it might also become specific words. See, bhiksha, sena, da, yeshu, cha. This is also saptami. It doesn't have to be a word like karmani or supi, adhikarane. It doesn't have to be. It could be specific words also. So all these things are going to be in saptami. So if you have such a saptamyanta padam in the samas, in the not samas, in the pratyaya vidhayaka sutram, krut pratyaya vidhayaka sutram, then we know that krut pratyaya is coming conditional on that upapadam being there. If that kind of thing is not there, then, so one more time, this is the thing is that saptamyante pade, in the saptamyante padam like karmani etc., vachatvena sitam kumbhadi, which indicates the item indicated by that, the thing indicated by that, which is in this case the part etc., that the vachakam padam, so a word which stands for the part, upapada sanyam syat. So of course the parts, the upapadam cannot be the part, it has to be the word which signifies the part. So the object of the action is the part, the kumbha, but then we have to have a word which stands for the part, that will be the upapadam sanyamsa. That's what this means. So tasminscha, this is the important part, tasminscha satyeva vakshyamana pratyasya. So the pratyaya which is prescribed by the sutram will only apply when that upapadam is there. So that is what is called, and then we create the upapada samasaha. As long as ating upapadam ating, we cannot have a tingantam. But when such an arrangement is not there, then what we have, the book is saying here is, that then we just form independently can be in a krut pratyaya, and then we can usually form a shashti tat. This is a very good point. Usually form a shashti tat purusha sambandha, like sukhasya prapti, sukha prapti. The word prapti, I didn't put this in the document, straightforward word prapti. So idam padam anayasena prapyate. We can get this word very easily, the word prapti. This is this striyam ktin, prasiddham sutram, striyam ktin. So you have to form a feminine noun from a verbal root. The default pratyaya is ktin. Then lashakvatadite halantyam ti. And then this one thing to notice about the striyam ktin is that as a general rule, this ting pratyaya does not take a idagamaha, no matter what the dhatu is. This tin pratyaya, barring some exceptions, does not take idagama. Normally you have to check with the dhatu set or anit or wait to see if the pratyaya will take idagama or not. Usual reminder is that the idagama comes to the pratyaya, not to the dhatu. The dhatu only allows it or doesn't allow it, etc. But in this particular pratyaya ti, this is the one 729, doesn't take an idagama, no matter what the dhatu is, barring some rare exceptions. So we don't have to check whether aap is a set dhatu or not. There's no idagama by 729. And anyway, that's not the topic of this lesson, but just to keep at the back of your mind is the striyam ktin, pratyaya ktin, does not take an idagama, no matter what the dhatu is. 729 is a sutram. So this is the in nishedha here. So you form the word prapti by using striyam ktin. And then once the word is formed, you can say sukhasya prapti by shashti tatpurusha. Sutram 228. Sutram is shashti. That's the most common tatpurusha when you have any sambandha between one and the other. So sukhasya prapti, sukha prapti. Similarly, he gives payasam dharaha, payodharaha. Now payodharaha, payo can be jalam, it can be dugdham. So payodharaha could be a cloud, anything which holds water. Can be a cloud, cloud can also be a breast, because breast which holds milk. It holds milk. So it can be cloud, it can be breast. But this word dharaha, the question is that which pratyaya was used to form the word dhara? That's the critical question here. And if that pratyaya is dependent on the upapadam, then you cannot put dharatiti dharaha. But this particular case, the word dharaha was formed independently first by, I put a document here, let me just go up here. Dharatiti dharaha is formed independently. Upapadam vina doesn't depend on the upapadam. Upapadashritam pratyana, upapadashritaha pratyana nasti. Upapadashritaha pratyana nasti. So it's not a pratyaya dependent on the upapadam. So here we get this dhatu is dhri dharane, dharane, to hold, and then it gives dharatiti dharaha. So which sutram are we using? That's the critical thing. Ask which sutram are you using, for that thing. And then just keep it life simple for you, is that you look at the vritti for that sutra. So here we're using 31134. It's also a very famous sutram, which is the Nandi Grahi Pachadibhyo Lyu Ninyachaha. Now, as I told you that lot of the most important rules for Upapada Samasas, Upapadam, is they are coming in 321 to 32101, many of them. This, look at the number, is 31134. Again, that's not all of them, but 31134. So this is also in the Adhikara of to the thing, Tatra Upapadam Saptami Stham, but there is no Saptami Antam coming to the Sutram, either in the Sutram itself or by Anuvritti. And to be safe, always check the vritti of that. If you look at 31134, let's see what the vritti says. 31134, it will not say anything as Upapadam, etc. So it says Nandya der lihu grahya der ninihi pacha. This is the one we need. Pacha der achyat. So these dhatu of the pachadi ganaha, this is an akriti ganaha, we'll get the pratyaya acha. It didn't say upapadam, karmani upapade, sipi upapade. Now compare, so this did not say anything, just said pacha der, nandya der lihu, grahya der ninihi, pacha der acha. And as a default, kartari kritta, so doer of that action. If you have a dhatu nandyadi ganaha, then pratyaya use prescribed, grahyadi ganaha, so graha, etc. Nini, and then Pachadi Ganaha Ach. Pachadi Ach is a very, 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 very famous Gana. Please make a note of it. Please make a note of it. Because many times in the Bhashyam, not many times, but in the Tika, Bhashyam, whatever, you'll see this statement being made, Pachadyach. Pachadyach. So when you, they will not use sutra number, so you have to understand what Pachadyach means. Pachadyach means that's Kartari. But Achin is being used because this dhatu is to be in the Pachadi Gana, it's an Akriti Gana. In fact, Kashika already said, I think, somewhere, Ajvidihi Sarva Dhatubhya Pachante Pachadiha. So, Pachante. So this one, it's in fact back here. Pachadir Akriti Ganaha. So you can just take that. Anyway, that's not the topic of today. So with the Pachadi, we may see in later lesson, we might see it. So it says that the Pachadi is Akriti Ganaha. This term Pachadi Ach, you have to be so Pachadir Akriti Ganaha. Ajvidhi Sarvadatubhya Pachanti Cha Pachadeha and Vadhanartame Vasya Siddhanti Shapachadeha. Anyway, okay. So we don't have to go into this one in detail. So just look at this part. Pachadir Akriti Ganaha. That means that any dhatu. So Pachadyach. But now compare that with the sutram like 321. Now 321, we already saw that. So look at this vritti. Nandya de liho. Didn't say any upapadam has to be there. Grahya de ninihi. Pachade Rach. Now compare that to sutram like 321. 321, and that will say, 321 says what? Karmani upapade. Karmani upapade. So Karmani upapade. So there you have it. Dhatur an pratyasya. So now you know this is a depends on the upapadam. It has to form upapada samasaha. But upapadam is not there, then we cannot use a pratyaya. Again, samasa can only form ating. Only it has to be ating. If tingantam, you cannot form a samasa like that. Okay, so we use Pachadyach, get the pratyach, and kartari krit 3467. Any pratyaya by default is the agent of the action, the one who does the action. That's only the default. It has important exceptions down here, like tayoraba krityakta kalarta and so on. But as a default, kartari krit. So let's go back to the document. Because Pachaditvat ach pratyaha prayujyate Pachadir akriti ganaha sarvadhatubhya ach pratyaya bhavati iti vyakhyanam ach pratyasya iti vyakhyanam. So this is the dhru plus ach, then anubandha lopaha. I'm sorry, this is not correct. It should be 133 by halantyam, and then sarvadhataka ardhadhatakayoho gunadesha urandaparaha dhara. So we have dharati dhara without any condition of upadam. And then once you have that, okay, payasam dharaha payodharaha, the shashti samasaha, not upada samasaha, because dhara was from independent of payas. It's not dependent on payas. That's also a critical test, is to see if something upada samasaha, see the uttara bhaga has swatantriyam. Uttara bhagasya swatantriyam asti va na va. Same thing basically, is can the word dhara exist on its own? Can the word kara exist? Can we say karoti ti karaha? If you could say that, then we don't need upapada samasa. But we cannot say that. We cannot say karoti ti karaha. We cannot say tishtati tisthaha. We cannot say that. So that is the most important feature of the upapada samasa, is that the uttara bhagaha, that karaha or the sthaha, etc., they have no independent existence. They only come into existence dependent on that upapadam being there. So this is from independent of payas it was formed. So let me just make a shashti tatpurusha by sutram shashti. Usual steps. Pratama nidishtam samas upasajanam purvam. Nothing special here. Then do supluk, supodhatu pradipatikayoho, and then pratyay lope pratyay lakshanam suptingantam padam sasyajishoruhu. And then hashicha, and then guna adesha payodharha. So that's the point being made in this thing, and that is the critical factor in knowing whether something is a upada samasa or not. When that uttara bhaga, that dharaha, karaha, sthaha, was that pratyaya used on the condition of the upadam being there, you have to find out which sutram was used for the pratyaya. Go to the sutram, see if saptamyantam is coming anuvritti or in that sutram. Look at the vyakhyanam. Nam will say upapade, it will say normally. So then if that is the case, then it is upapada samasa. Otherwise, most of the time it's shashti tatpur samasa. Okay, so that's what we did. We continue. Again, we have not completed this section of upapadas, because in not the next lesson is bahuvaris, but after that we have another lesson which is going to look at some more of these. I think that's lesson number 25 in the beginning. We will have some more of these. I think there we're going to look at 3 to 4, 3 to 97, 3 to... There are some of the more coming over there, okay? In fact, I think even in the next lesson we have one coming in, one or two coming. So anyway, we'll continue with this topic to see some more of these pratyaya which come conditional on upapadam. But let us today now do the homework. Prashnottara vibhagaha. So we'll look at the vocabulary when we need it, but we should look at quickly. He has given some verbs with the pra upasarga. One more time is that if you're forming a, if you don't have, remember this someone we saw last time, apakrishyate, that the gati samasaha can also only be formed only if it is ating. So in the last test we saw that. So all these, when you see the upasargas being used, which are the gati sanya, because kugati pradeha, upasarga kriya yoge gatischa. Now gati samasa always is only ating. So I think here we saw it last time. Yeah, so it is coming here. We saw last time. Purva sutre api gatigrahanam pruthakritya atingrahanam apakrishyate. So from the sutram upapadam ating, you take the ating and bring it up to the prior sutram kugati pradeha. Gatigrahanam pruthakritya applies only to the gati part of it. So that's what we saw. We see the vocabulary when we see if you are using any tingantam padam, then these will not be compounds. They'll only be te parag dhatoho. They will only be te parag dhatoho. So one for all these terms which are the gati sanya by this sutram gatishcha etc. They go te parag dhatoho by 1480. But if you have a something which is not a tingantam, so we have then we can form a compound with kugati pradeha also. That's 2218. So it's given some vocabulary here. Pura mud, to be delighted. Pura ya is to go. So set out. Pura vas is to dwell. Pura vas is to go abroad, to travel. Pura shams is to praise. Pura shama is to stop. Interesting meaning. Shama is to be quiet. Prashama is to stop. Prastha is to depart, to set out. Stha is to prastha. This is quite a common one. Prastha. Even this is a common one. Prasham. Then vikru. In fact, vyakaranam. Vyakaranam is to kind of to change, not to spoil, but vyakaranam is to kind of to explain, basically to explain words. Vyakru. In fact, I mean, when you look at Apte dictionary, he lists these with the upasargas. If you want when you want to search in Apte, you can search directly. You can search like, for example, if you want to look at vyakru, to parse, to explain, to decipher. So vyakru, you can just search like this, vyakru, and you get the word vyakru. So vyakru, vyakritihi is to make manifest, to clear up, to propound, to explain, to tell, narrate, to divide, to decompose. So that's it. So vyakaranam. Vikru is to vikara, some transformation, also change. Vikrita also can mean deformed. The Vikrutanana, Shurpanakha, Rakshasi. Vikrutanana means her face is transformed, is deformed. Vikri is to, Krinati is to buy, Vikri is to sell. Vigraha, like Vigraha Vakyam, right? To divide, to fight also. Vigraha is to fight. Vinash is to perish. So Nash is only to be Adarshana, I think Dhatu says. So Nash means only to be lost. In fact, this is the Devi Mahatmyam, right? I hope some of you are chanting the Devi Mahatmyam, listening to, I think today is the last day, Navami. So I think at the end of chapter 9, the very last shloka, Kechid Vineshurasuraha, Kechid Nashta Mahahavat. Kechid Vineshurasuraha. Some asuras, they perished. Kechid Nashta Mahahavat. Some ran away from the battlefield. So there is nice use of Vinash and Nash back to back. So chapter Nishmavadha, chapter number 9. If you look at the last shloka in Devi Mahatmyam, today is the last, in chapter 9, today is the 9th day of Devi Mahatmyam. So chapter 9, Navaratri. So Kechid Vineshurasaraha, Kechid Nashta Mahahava. So Nash doesn't mean to perish. It can also mean to become, to abscond, to be out of sight. So Kechid Vineshurasaraha. But Vinash means to perish. So some asuras died, some perished, some ran away. Kechid Nashta Mahahavat. Okay, Vibhajya is to divide, distribute. Viruddha is to, of course, to oppose, to block. Vistru is to spread. Vyanja is to reveal, to express, like Vyaktam, Vyanja is to express, to manifest, to reveal. Vyapa-iksh also, Vyapa-iksh is to depend, to expect, to care for, also to attend, to expect. Shardul. Now he's given some vocabulary, the Talave Shakara di Shabdaha. Shringam is horn, Shunya is empty, Shubhra, bright, Shubha. I think most of these we all know. Shukla, Shita, Shitala. This la, by the way, is this Tadhita Pratyaya, which you probably won't suspect. But this is, if you want to look up, and this is one of the interesting sections of the Tadhita Pratyaya is the Matupadhikara. Matupadhikara, which starts from 5 to 94. Tadasyastyasmin yati matup. Within that, there is a sutram which Panini has, Lomadi, Pamadi, Pichadibhya, Shane Lachaha. Like you say, Shamala, Murdula. So this La is one who has that, So Shamala is, Shamala, we say, right? One who has the dark color. So one who's dark. So Shana Ilach. Let's see. Ilach Shamala. Let's see. No, 1 second. Because this may not be it. I'm sorry. Excuse me for 1 second. Because 5 to 100. 5 to 100. 5 to 1. I think I give the wrong number. Lomadi, Pamadi, Picha, Tribhya, Shana, Ilach, Jatila. No, that's not it. There must be another sutram here. There is a sutram here. Here it, I think. This is the one, I think. 5 to 96. Pratyaya Lach Anyatarasyam. I think that might work. 5 to 96. Because 5 to 100 gives the Pratyaya Ilach, not Lacha. So Pranistha Dhato Lach Anyatarasyam. Panishya Shabdad Akaranta Lash Pratyanitarasya Matva. Chudalaha, Chudalaha, Chudalaha. And then next one, I think. Take the next one. Siddhma. I'm sorry, I got stuck in this. Okay, Siddhma Adibhyascha. Lach comes optionally, like Gadula. This, and we can probably use this one. This, let's see. Let's say Vatula, Dantula. Yes, here it is. Shitala. Okay. Shamala. Okay. Pingala. Okay, we got that. So this Pruthula. These are all like that. Mrudula, Mrudula, Manjula, Mrudula, Mrudula, Manjula, and all these come. So Kapila, all these, So anyway, this pratyaya is Lach. So Lach anitrasyam optionally gets Lach. Siddhmadibhya, Pradipadikebhya, Lach pratyaya bhavati anitrasyam matvarthe, one who has that. So that's the Shitala. So technically one who has the property of cold, so that which is cold. Shigra is quick, Shila is stone, Shitala is to become without, lifeless, very slow, dull, lifeless, loose, languid. Shikha is, of course, also a crest or a flame. Shashvata is eternal. You're going to see it today in the class. Shala is a room, a stall. Shardula is a leopard, panther. It's going to be a tiger also, I think it mean. Shapa is a curse. Shaka, Shakam, vegetable. Shasha is a hare. Sharanam is protection, refuge. Shaya is a bed. Okay. Let us start with this one. Yena, this is very famous. So this is very famous shloka, by the way. Yena Shukli Krita. I think this is from the Panchatantram or the Hitopanishad, one of these two. This is this sutram. This shloka is there. Yena Shukli Krita Hamsaha. This is the title, the typo here should be Hamsaha. Yena Shukli Krita Hamsaha. Shukascha Hariti Kritaha. Mayurash Chitrita Yena. Sate Vrittim Vidhasyati. This is a very famous shloka for the use of this pratyaya chvi and create this upapada samasas, gati samasas with that, gati samasas. So, yena shukli krita hamsaha, shukascha hariti kritaha, mayurash chitrita yena, sate vrittim vidhasyati. Padacheda is yena shukli kritaha. Of course, here you have to use the hali sarvesham. Shukli bhogo ago apurvasya yoshi hali sarvesham. I hope all of you are practicing the examples from the website. So there are all of these, like, hali sarvesham, all these sutras have been used over, I think it's 8.3.22, I think the sutram. Hali sarvesham, let's see. Yes. See, hali sarvesham. So a lot of examples you'll find in hali sarvesham on the website. So we won't go in detail in this class, it'll take us too much time. So shukli kritaha, hamsaha, shukaha, cha, hariti kritaha, mayuraha, chitritaha, yena, saha, te, tubhyam te, vrittim vidhasyati. This is a kriya padam, straightforward, tudhai, dharana poshana yoho. This is the rit lakara, syata si lutoho, 3.133. This is apavada for shap. So I didn't put this in document because it's very straightforward form. So we had to just use the rit lakaras being used, but the asya comes in instead of katri shap. It is syata asi lutoho. So when the or lut is basically with the rit or rung is used, but the asya comes in there. So this r stands for rit and rung also, rung and rit. So this means bhavishyathyarthe. So as I said to you, Panini very kindly runs the adhikara of bhute from 3.2.84, then vartamane from 3.2.123, and then the bhavishyati. So it's kalanukramena in the time, in the chronological order. Panini runs the adhikaras bhavishyati gamyad, and it says ritsheshecha. So this lit sheshecha, so this is in the future tense, lit can be used. So look at the vritti very quickly. So pratyaya will be vidhasyati, because you want to attack the tingantam padam first. So what is the action going on in this thing? So it says lit bhavishyati eva. So kriyartha upapadad anyaha. So whether you have so shuddhe bhavishyati kale, chakarat kriyayam chupapade, both. See, this is an interesting thing now. See, this can be used on this is just bhavishyati kale or kriyayam chupapada upapade. kriyarthayam. So if the kriyartha kriya is there or not there, regardless of that, vrit can be used. So vidhasyati, straightforward form, is also anit dhatu, so it will be vidhasyati. Now let's go to the document. Let's see what I have here. Is you have the yat tat construction. So okay, one more thing I think I just put in document here. The tingantam padam in the vigraha vakyam of compound, also another indication how to catch the upapada samasa very quickly. If you have tingantam padam in the vigraha vakyam, then that's an indication that you probably have upapada samasa. Okay, let me go down to today's lesson. Okay. So I just put shukli kritaha, hariti kritaha, and the those are same as what we have before. We have this. I think we had this krishni krita, krishni karoti. Krishni karoti we did in the class. Krishni karoti. So let's go back to that for a second. Krishni and see the derivation. It's the same steps, all the same steps. Krishni. Let's see. So it is akrishnaha. Where is that? Akrishnaha krishnaha sampadyate tam karoti krishni karoti. So akrishnaha krishnaha sampadyate. Something which was not black is transforming itself to being black. And then so you can say akrishnaha krishnaha sampadyamanaha kritaha, which has been made transformed, into that. So this pratyaya is chvihi. We have seen that sutram abhutatad bhave sampad krubvasti yoge sampadyakartari chvihi. That sutram we have seen I think 2-3 classes back now. Abhutatad bhave krubvasti yoge sampadyakartari chvihi. That means that something which was not there before is now becoming that, which is now coming in, and then it should be only in conjunction with kru bhu. Nothing new, just revising basically. If kru bhu as has to be used with that, sampad has to be transformed into that, then the something has to transform itself. Not that the tree in the temple is new, no. That some items to transform itself into a new something new. So sampadyakartari chvihi. Pratya chvihi is a 0 because of chutu upadesh ajuna nasika it and virapuktasya. So and before that this so if this I think here we can probably use the pratyaya su can be used, because was used only because karoti was being used of that. Now we have a passive form, What we have is this right now we have is shukli kritaha. So I think we can use ashuklaha sampadyamana kritaha. It is made, it's a passive form. So I think we can use su over here. It won't make any difference because you're going to get the kritritha samasascha. This is pratyaya chvi tadita pratyaya. Look at the number 5450. Adhikara of taditaha goes from 41676 to end of chapter 5. So kritritha samasascha pradipadika sanya supo dhatu pradipadika yoho. Then sarvapahar lopaha of the pratyaya chvi by chutu upadesha nasika it virapuktasya. Then krishni kritaha is asya chvau. Angakaryam. This is the Paninian style, right? He puts the pratyaya in place in chapter 3, 4, 5, and then finish up the form using the angasyadikara and also the sandhikarya and etc. So asya chvau. So avarnantasya padasya ikaradesha bhavati chau parataha. So we get the alontyasya to become krishni. This is on the condition that kru bhu ras has been used with that. So same thing what we have today. We have this form which is the we have two of them in this shloka. We have shukli kritaha hamsaha and hariti kritaha. So we have two of them. So something which was not white is made white. Something is transformed to white, and it was made like that. And then something which was not green is made green. It's transformed to green. So by whom? Yena bhagavata ishvarena. Yena, by whom the swans were were made transformed into white, and the parrots were made transformed into green. Tikritaha. Of course, once you formed Hariti, then what you do is that we let's finish up this one is the Gati Samasa coming because Uryadi Chvida Chascha Uryadi Chvida. So let's not forget the last step here also. Uryadi Chvida Chascha. We get the Gati Sanya for the Chviyantam. Gets the Gati Sanya. Uryadi Chvida Chascha. Uryadi Chvida. We need that. Then only we can use the Kugati Pradeha. Because we cannot use Kugati Pradeha unless something has the Gati Sanya. So the Gati Samasa can only be formed after that. Uryadi Chvida Chascha. Uryadayaha Chviyantaha. The Chviyantaha. Dajantash Kriya Yogi Gati Sanyasyo. So just come here. So that's we got the Gati Sanya, then got the Gati Samasa by 2 to 18. So by whom? The swans were made transformed into white. Basically whitened. English we say whitened. When the swans were whitened, the parrots were made green. Mayurash Chitritayena. Chitrita means made variegated, spotted, variegated Chitra. So Chitra Chitrikarane. Look at this. Dhatu Chitra Chitrikarane. Chitrikarane means to make variegated or to make spotted Chitrikarane. The Chitrikarane also pratyaya Chvi is being used here. Chitrikaranam means making variegated. So Kalachi Darshane, okay, it also sometimes means to see or to watch. Adanta Dhatuho. One thing is Dhatu Patha is that I think we already saw this. This is not today's topic, but in the Churadi Ganaha, this is Churadi Ganaha, Dashama Ganaha, Churadi Ganaha. This Dhatu Katha. From that Dhatu Katha up to the Agana Samaptehe, up to the end of the Ganaha, Churadi Ganaha, all the Dhatus are Adanta Dhatavaha. Adan, they're ending in the, so this Akara is not an it. It is not a it letter. It is a part of the Dhatu. So if you look at the, let's look at the Dhatu part just for 1 second. Remember this one point is that in this Churadi Ganaha, take the Dhatu Katha. Remember that Dhatu Katha. From that onwards, so Katha is number 389 in the Churadi Ganaha. So from that Dhatu onwards, you can look at Churadi Ganaha, number 389. So it's from here. It is this one here. 389. Okay. Yeah. Katha Vakya Prabandhe is to tell, to narrate, or to describe. From here on, so from 389 number all the way up to 489, almost 100 more dhatus from 389 to 489. Well, Adanta Dhatavaha. If you look at the caption on top of 389, it will say Athadantaha, Athadantaha, Adantaha. So look at is Dhatu Katha, there they become Adant, they are ending in Akara. So what will happen now is that let's look at the book. So Chitra plus Nichya, Swarthe Nichya, just to make variegated, to make spotted, Chitra plus Nichya. And now Anubandha Lope Chutu Halantyam, you get Chitra plus E. Anubandha Lope Chutu Halantyam, Chitra plus E. But now comes this Sutram Atolopaha. 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 So Adantasyangasya Lopasyat Ardhadhatuke Parata. Very simple Sutram 6448. Because Panini runs the Adhikara of Ardhadhatuke in 2 chapters of Ashtadhyay. One of them is in this one, in the Angasya Adhikara. Ardhadhatuke. It says Atolopaha. 6448. 6448 Atolopaha. Very simple Sutra. If you have Adantam Angam, followed by Pratyaya, which is this Ardhadhatuka Sanya. So Ardhadhatuka Upadeshe, Ardhadhatuka, so it says Akarantasya Ardhatuke Lopa Bhavati. Tasya Ataha Lopa Ardhadhatuke. So Akarantasya Ardhadhatuke Lopa Bhavati. So we got that. Now so we get this form Chitra plus Nich. Chitra Nich E. Now here we could not do the, I should put this one, 7384 is 7384, 7386, which is the Uganta Laghupatasya Cha. it was stopped by this sutram in chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, it says that we have this Thanivad Adesh Anal Vidhav, right, around that sutram. And it says Achaf Prasvin Pura Vidhav, next sutram. Achaf Prasvin Pura Vidhav. It's very important sutram. If an Ajyadesha is done by Pratyaya, let's look at the vritti of that. It's a very nice vritti, I think, 1157. Achaf Prasvin Pura Vidhav. Because what we have right now is that we did a Akara Lopaha over here. Lopaha. Now, once the Akara is gone, then one can argue, then why can we not use the Puganta? Now you know why these dhatus are Adanta Dhatavaha. You can understand why these dhatus are Adanta Dhatavaha. Like a word like Katha becomes Kathayati, it does not become Kathayati, it becomes Kathayati, not Kathayati. Because in that case, the Atopadha is stopped by the Sutram, Achaf Prasim Pura Vidhav. So in order to avoid this Guna, Vriddhi, whatever the case may be, that is why Panini has made this Adanta Dhatavaha. So other will become Chetri. It would have become Chetri by Puganta Laghupatasya. But this Akar Lopaha, which was done based on the Pratyaya Nichya, Nichya Sanya of Ardhatukam Sheshaha, that now has Thanivad Bhavaha, as if it is still there. So then what happens is that the Upadha is the Repa. Not the and actually in this case, you know what, it will not matter, I'm sorry, because we have Chitra. No, it won't matter because we have Takara Repa over here, so we could not, so I take it back. We don't need this here. We don't need this here because we have Chitra, so the Upadha will not be the Ikara anyway. Okay, I take it back. That's why I didn't put in the document. Because Chitra, the Upadha is not the Ikara anyway. Even if you take Akara Lopaha and allow it to stand, still the Upadha will not be the Ikara because we have Takara and Repa here. So no. In this case, we don't need this one because but Sutram is an important Sutram regardless, which is the 1157. Achaf Prasvin Pura Vidhav. Achaf Prasvin Pura Vidhav. It says that Paranimitto Ajadesha. An Ajadesha, in place of an Ach, you make a substitution. Paranimittaha. It should be conditional of something which is following. In this case, we did the Ato Lopaha. That's conditional Ardhadhatuke. The Pratyaya Nich has Sanya of Ardhadhatukam by Ardhatukam Sheshaha. So Akar Lopos Paranimittakaha. The Nimittam for that was the Pratyaya which had Sanya of Ardhadhatukam which was following. Sthanivat Syat. It is as if it is still there. Then Sthani Bhutad Achaha Purvatvena Drishtasya Vidhav, which means there's some operations to be done to the left of that Purva. Because they say Pura Uttara. We don't say in this Vyakaranam we say Pura and Uttara. We don't say, you know, like Dakshina Vama, we don't say like that, right, left and all that. So, but we say Purvatvena Drishtasya Vidhav. Some operations to be done because what do we have right now? We have this Akar Lopa here. We're considering a possible a Guna Adesha for the Ikaraha, which is Purvasthitaha Ikaraha. It's to the left of it over here. So it says Drishtasya Vidhav Kartavye. Pranimittaha Ajadeshaha. Sthani Vasyat. Sthani Bhutad Achaha Purvatvena Drishtasya Vidhav Kartavye. So when an Adesha is in place of an Ach, based on something which is following, and we are considering an operation to the left of that Adesha, then that Adesha that has Sthanivat Bhavaha. I mean, Akara is still there. But in this case, I don't think we need it because regardless of that, we have Takara Repa, Sanyoga over here. So the Upadha is not the Ikara anyways. Okay. So we got Chitri as a new Dhatu by Sanadyanta Dhatavaha. Once you get that, then Pratyakta Chitrita is by the Sutram Nishtha in the Bhute Adhikaraha, and then the Sanya Sutram Taktavatu Nishtha Sanya Sutram, and then get the Idagamaha by Ardhadhatukasya Valadehe. Note that the Nishedha, in Nishedha which is done by the Ekach Upadeshanudattat will not apply because this is not Ekach Dhatu anyway, and besides it's not really Upadesha because this is a derived Dhatu. So this Nishedha, in Nishedha by Ekach Upadeshanudattat doesn't apply for the derived dhatus, so we cannot use that. So this will allow the idagamaha, so it becomes ita, o lashakotadhyate, we get the anubandha lopaha. And finally, nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti, important sutram. When the set nishtha pratyaya follows, then the nish takes lopaha. So look at the number again, 6452. The same adhikara of ardha dhatu comes nishtayam seti. There are these two important rules for the ner lopaha. One of them is niraniti. Anilada ardha dhatu kvare ner lopasyat. The moment, any time the ni pratyaha, in this case nich is followed by a pratyaya which is sanya of ardha dhatukam, and it does not have an idagamaha, the nich takes lopaha, niraniti. And then also takes lopaha, nishtayam seti, nishtha pratyaya follows again taktavatu nishtha, which is with the idagamaha, then the nish takes lopaha. So my favorite Gita example for this one is mohitam nabhijanati, lokamamajam avyayam. So no, mohitam nabhijanati. Let's come to chapter. I think I made a mistake. Chapter 7 has these two shlokas, which are just confusing verses, because it says mohitam nabhijanati, mohitam nabhijanati, Devi hesha gunamayi. This is the Devi hesha gunamayi, mama maya duratyaya mame. See, mohitam nabhijanati. Mamebhyap is correct. Mamebhyap paramamvyam. Okay, this is different. Mohitam nabhijanati. Devi, this maya of mine is so deluding that this entire world doesn't understand, doesn't recognize me, which is beyond that. So mohitam, this is mohitam jagat. So if the dhatu moh, make it mohi as a new dhatu, same process, but they're niche. So this is hetumati niche, 3.1, but it doesn't matter, 3.126. This is not churadi ganaha. So you have to use hetumati. So cause to be deluded, 3.126. You can use pugantalagupatasya, become mohi. Then mohi plus nishtha pratyakta, idagamaha, mohi ita. Now with nishtayam seti. So this ikara, which is the shuyamana ikaraha, ikara which is finally heard in the word, is not the nishpatyah, it's the idagamaha. So this ikara in these words which have the nishtha pratyaya, I mean the nichantam followed by the nishtha, it is going to be the idagamaha, not the nishpat, mohitam. That's the moha. Mohitam nabhijanati, idam sarvam jagat najanati. Nayam nishpatyaya. Ayam idagamaha shruyate. Mohitam nabhijanati. It's confusing because the same thing comes a little bit lower, you know. Paramha majananto. Mamavyam is similar. Avadanto. Mamavyam anuttamam. See, mudho yes come here. Mudhoyam nabhijanati. See the same adhyay. Mudhoyam nabhijanati. Loko mamajam avyayam. I think I confused the two when I first took this verse. So mudhoyam nabhijanati, loko mamajam avyayam, and then mohitam nabhijanati, mamevya paramavayam. So these are very confusing verses because you always confuse one another because very similar sounding. Anyway, so that's the good shloka of Gita to practice nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti, nishtayam seti, nishtayam seti. So we got the word chitrita, and then so the meaning of the verse becomes now that by whom these swans have been transformed to white, made transformed to white, and the parrots have been made transformed to green, and by whom these mayuraha, peacocks have been made spotted or variegated. He shall arrange. Vidha is to arrange, to organize, to grant also, to grant. So to prescribe, like vidhanam, vidhi, to prescribe, grant, arrange, organize. So he will grant you livelihood. He'll grant you your subsistence. Vritti has a variety of meanings. This means jivikam, basically jivikam. He will grant you your subsistence, is what it means. So by whom? So Ishwarena Bhagavata, Shuklikata Hamsaha is the swans have been made whitened by the peacocks have been, the parrots have been made green, and the peacocks have been, means if he can do all of this, iti abhiprayah, he can easily grant you your subsistence. If he has made the swans white, he has made the parrots green, he has made these peacocks so wonderful, so he will grant you your subsistence. So te stubhyam te vrittim is vitya ekavachanam, and vidasyati means he will arrange for you your livelihood. Okay. By the way, in Saha, you see this Sulopaha. I'm not taking this class because this has been looked in daily exam many times. Etattadoho. Sulopaha. Akoho. Anyang samase hali. So 61132 for this Saha and Eshaha. That Supratyaha takes Lopa hali. Itattadoho sulopo koranyang samase hali. 61132. So please practice these rules only with abhyasana griyante. Only with abhyasa you can practice this rule, and really you have to teach somebody else. We come to the end of the book now, so unless you teach somebody else, this will not stick in your mind at all. Okay, now next one, it says yona putrayate. This is a Vichitram Vakyam. Anyway, let's see what it means. Yona putrayate sana putriyet. Okay, so putrayate. So yaha na putrayate saha. Same sutram here also. 61132 sulopaha. Itattadoho sulopo koranyang samase hali. So sulopo koranyang samase hali. When any help, so it doesn't become sona, become sana. Sana putriyet. Saha na putriyet. This is lat lakara over here. This is the vidhiling coming over here. There's parasya padam being used in putriyet like bhavet, and putrayate is like labhate, lat lakaraha. So putrayate is kartuh kyang salopascha. So tarunayate we saw about. So putriya. So let's look at tarunayate. What is it? So taruna iva acharati tarunayate. One who behaves like one who's young. Tarunayate. Let's look at it very, very quickly. These are all just practicing. We already seen all these forms. Taruna iva acharati tarunayate. So it says that. So taruna plus, so this sutram was the upamana kartuh. Subantad, so one who's acting like something. Achare, behaving like something. So the upamanat, so the thing that he's acting like, the person acting like. Kartuh subantat, so it should be the doer of that who acting. Achare, this who's acting like that. Kyang vasyat. So it says, taruna iva acharati, tarunaha iva acharati, taruna ayate. So you pratyaya su, he's the doer of the action. Pratya kyang is coming here by the sutram kartuh kyang salopascha. Just the important thing about this sutra, these pratyas kyach and kyang, you have to see in which meaning they are coming. That's one thing which we, I think, noted at the end of that section was they are these, the forms look similar, but we have to see in which meaning they are coming from. 318, supaha atmanaha kyach upamanadachare kartuh kyang salopascha. So here what you're using in this example is kartuh kyang salopascha. Let me see. Did I put the right one here? I think I did. This document is becoming so big now. It takes time to scroll up and down. Yeah, kartuh kyang salopascha. So when we look at this one here, so tarana plus su, kyang, nothing new. We already did this before. And then once you get the this form, Vigra Vakyam, then just do the Sanadyanta Dhatavaha, this gets the Samudaya, gets Dhatu Sanya, then Supluk, Supo Dhatu Pradivitakayoho, Anubandha Lopaha, Lashakutaditi Halantyam, and then we get 7425, Akris Sarvadhatakayoho Dirgha. Akris Sarvadhatakayoho. If you have a Yakara which is falling, doesn't have the Krit Sanya, doesn't have Sanya Sarvadhatakam, because this Pratya Kyang is coming before the Dhatoho. This is Supaha. So this is not dhatoho. So because only which is that is prescribed dhatoho gets sanya sarvadhatakam atva ardhadhatakam. Dhato iti vihitaha. Nayam dhatu iti vihitaha pratyaha. This is not dhatu iti vihitaha. So it doesn't have sanya sarvadhatakam or ardhadhatakam. So akrut and doesn't have sanya of krut either, because krut the thing starts from 3193. This is 3111. So then ajantasya ngasya dirgha bhavati. Only thing is that this 7433 did not apply because there is kyachicha. So this pratyaya is kyang, not kyacha. So this is in angasyadhikaraha. What I'm saying is that this sutram 7433 is kyachicha. Ikaradesh, that didn't apply because it's going to come in the next form, putriyet, but not over here. Not over here. So kyachicha, because pratyaya is not kyach right now, it's kyang. We can use akrit sarvadhatakayoho dirghaha. 7425. 7425 can be used to get tarunaya as a new dhatu, sanajanta dhatavaha. So akridyakare asarvadhatake yakare cha kiniti parataha. Pratyaya we have is kyang. Ajantasya angasya dirgha bhavati. So we got that. So we got tarunayate, same thing, putrayate. Putraiva acharati putrayate. So one no putrayate, one who doesn't behave like a son. Who doesn't behave like a son, he should not want a son for himself. It's a very strange sentence, but let me bring it back here. I'm sorry. So yo na putrayate. So now if you know what we should do over here is that we should take out, just put the vigraha vakyam over here. So yaha putra iva na acharati. One who doesn't behave like a son. Means sadhu putra iva. Behave like a good son. Saha na atmanaha putram ichet. So putriyet. Let's say atmanaha putram ichati putriyati, right? So then we can just take out this one and say saha atmanaha putram na ichet. He should not desire a son for himself. Again, this is the sentence, vichitram vakyam. So putriyet is we also saw putriya form we saw before putriya. Let's look at that one briefly. That pratyaya is supatmanaha kyacha. Atmanaha kyacha. So let's see that one. Putriya. Okay, putriya. Let's see. Okay. Atmanaha putram ichhati putriyati. So this is this sutram which is this very first sutram. Supatmanaha kyacha ishikarmanaha Eshituhu sambandhinaha. Desires wants something for himself. Subantad ichchaya amarthe kyas pratyo vasyat. So putriya, when you say putra plus atmanaha putra michhati. So plus this case, this is the object of desiring, so pratyaya comes over here. And then same steps, sanajanta dhatavaha, supo dhatu pradvidikayoho, then pratyas lukshlu lupaha, everything is gone. Then putra anubandha lopaha. Now we get kyachicha. Kyachicha, because 7425 would have applied akrit sarvadhatakayoho dirghaha, but akrit sarvadhatakayoho dirghaha, but instead comes kyachicha. We just saw when the kyach pratyaya follows, then avarnanta sangasya ikaradesha bhavati, become putriya. So this is, as we just saw that, 7425 was coming, but Kristarvadhatakayo Dirgha, but in Kyachicha, specific sutram, so Kyach was used. So now what we have is that we have, let me second, maybe go down here, okay, let me go down this document. I have to find a way to navigate this document faster, but anyway. Okay. So that the meaning becomes that now once we get these dhatus putraya and putriya, there is a lat lakaraha, that we won't do in the class anymore. Like when you get the putraya, get pratyaya vartamane lat anubandha lopaha, then the pratyaya tipta jita, because this kyang was used, So it's because of the nitvat, you have to use the atmanipadam because of anudatagnyata. Atmanipadam, anudatagnyata atmanipadam. So anything which is the dhatu which has the it, which anudatta svaraha, or which has the kavarga panchama as an it, anudatagnyata atmanipadam. Atmanipadam, then pratyaya shap will come in there, atogune putra, and tita atmanipadanam tere putrayate. So yaha putra eva na acharati. Putriyat is like bhavet, vidiling. So you get yasa pratyaya tip, itascha. Then yasur comes, then we have to use the angakaram, take the iya adeshaha. I think it's 72 72, I think 70, 80 maybe. Ato ye yaha. So yasur becomes, these are all in the daily examples, okay? So I'm not put in this because it'll take us too much time to go through this again. If you want to practice any of these rules, just put here 7 to 80, you'll find some good examples here. Ato ye yaha. So we have done this in the daily examples. So I'm sorry, I put this in English over here in this website. So 7 to 80, ato ye yaha. You'll find like bhavet. In fact, you take this example, bhavet, it's the same thing. Samanam bhavet. Prakriya samana bhavet. Same prakriya also. If you follow all these steps, you get the yasur come. Instead of having bhu, you dhatu putriya. Putriya. Only thing is that you have to use ato gune. Ato gune putriye. So ato ye yaha comes and lopo your vali and all that putriyet. So it's vidiling. Pratham purusha ekvachanam. This is here sheshat kati praspadam. Because sheshat kati praspadam. Because this is praspadam by default. This one was the Anudattagnyata Padam, Putraya, this one. So, Yaha, Putra iva na acharati, Saha, Atmanaha, Putram na ichet. He should not desire a son for himself. Okay. Now, okay. Sukha dukkhe tam mat samipasthaha sarvada sakhiyathaha. Okay. Sukha dukkhe tam mat samipasthaha. Sarvada sakhiyathaha. So sakhiyathaha. Let's look at this one. So sakha iva acharati. Sakha iva acharati. So let's look at this one. I should have it down here. Masamipa tishtati. Okay. So this is the same thing. Which you look at the ending, the atmanipadam ending. Sakhiyathaha. Sakhiyathaha. So sakha iva acharati. Let's look at the book here. What you have. Sakhiyathaha. Sarvada sakhiyathaha. Sakhiyathaha. Let me something from the class. Let me see. Anuji, Anuji, are you there?
Yes, that is it.
What lakar? I think this is sakhiyathaha. What lakar is this sakhiyathaha? What lakar do you think this is? Because we haven't had, we don't, first of all the pratyaya is thas, right?
Yes.
Pratyaya is thas, is atmanepadam, so pratyakyang has been used. So you see the ya over there, pratyakyang has been used. Now the thing is that it's not a tit lakara because we don't have thasas say, right? Thasas say is not there. So now it has to be either it's most likely going to be either lung or vidiling, right? It is not. What do you think? Is it? You know what? I think I got the wrong. Okay. What do you think it is now? Is it vidiling or is it lung? When we say labha, right? What we say if you take dhatu labha, what will be the lung form of that? Alabhathaha, right? Alabhathaha. If you take it in the vidiling, what will be the form? Labhethaha. When you get the siyut, right? Correct. So this one will be this is the lung. So I think I have it wrong in the document. Let me correct that. So I should make it like this because this is sarvada asakhiyathaha. Is it correct? What do you think? Because if you see, I think this is lung lakara coming over here, not the vidiling. After the vidiling we'll get labhethaha. Labhethaha. When we get the siyut agamaha, right? See become ear. Lopo your vuri we get ad gunaha. Correct? So we will not get the form. We'll get the form labhethaha sakhiyethaha. So we will not get this form. So I think we have to make it the. So I had it wrong in the document because I had it sarvada sakhiyatha. It should be sarvada asakhiyatha. Okay, good. So I was just thinking what lakar is. So this is the lung lakara. You don't have any siyut agam or anything over here. So this is only, of course, it has to be nit lakara. So sarvada asakhiyathaha. So sukha dukkhe, in happiness and sorrow, you who was staying close to me always acted like a friend. Sakhi iva. So Sakhi iva acharaha. Acharaha. Tvam Sakhi iva acharaha. You behave like a friend. Sakhi. Okay. Okay, now this is Saptami Ekvacham. Sukha Dukkhe Saptami Ekvacham Sukhancha Dukkhancha Sukha Dukkham. Sukham Dukkham Sukha Dukkham. Now compare with Gita 2. Sukha Dukkhe Same Kritva Labha Labho Jaya Jayo. Tato Yudha Yujasva Naivam Papam. Very famous shloka of Gita, of course, is 238. Sukha Dukkhe Same Kritva Labha Labho Jaya Jayo. 2138. 2138, 2138, 2138. No, 238. I'm sorry. 238. Sukha Dukkhe Same Kritva. Having made happiness and sorrow the same, treating them alike basically. Labha Labho Jaya Jayo. Samo Kritva. Tato Yuddha Yujasva. Then you fight. Nevam Papam Vapsisi. You will not obtain any sin. So there Sukha Dukkhe is the it is Dvivachanam. It is Dvivachanam. It is not, this is what now we have it right nowadays is Saptami Ekavachanam of Sukha Dukkham as Pradapadikam. So while this is the Dvitiya Dvivachanam. In the Gita we have Dvitiya Dvivachanam, the same word Sukha Dukkhe. That is, Sukham, this is the Itaretara Yogaha. Itaretara Yogaha. Which means this is the Sukhanja Dukkhanja Sukha Dukkhe. It says Dvivachanam. Itaretara. Well, what we have in the example right now is a samaharaha. Sukhanja dukkhancha etayoho samaharaha. Sukha dukkham. So now it's very good. We got this example is very excellent because let's look at which sutram we are using here. So in Gita we have the itaretara yogaha, itaretara dvandvaha. While in the example in the book right now we have the samahar dvandvaha. So this is Sukhanja Dukkha. In either case we use Sutram Charte Dvandvaha. Only one Sutram is there for Dvandva Samasa anyway, is Charte Dvandvaha. But the only thing is that do you use a Samaharaha or Itaretara Yogaha? So Charte, I'm so sorry, 229. Charte Dvandvaha. But then we saw this variety of rules starting from 241 down, which are telling us in which cases Samahara has to be used, in which case it is optionally accepted. Because in the Sutram Charthit Dvandvaha already is optionality. Any Dvandvaha as the beginning starting point can be Itaritara Yogaha, can be Samahara also. We have already seen that. Okay, let's look at this. So this Sutram is the Vipratishiddham Chanadhikarana Vachi. Vipratishiddham, opposites. Should not be Adhikarana Vachi. Which means that I should not be talking about a thing or an item which has that property. It should be just the property itself, not referring to something. Adhikarana vachi means something which has that property. It shouldn't be referring to a thing or item. It should be referring to just the property. So viruddharthanam, this is Bhattoji, viruddharthanam, adravya vachi. Should not talk about the substance. Dvandvaha ekavad vasyat. It becomes samahara optionally. So shitoshnam shitoshne. That's why we have this. Now the question is that why do we need this sutram? Because we already have the optionality from Charte Dvandvaha. Why do we need this sutram? So their Vyakhyanam is that Vaikalpikaha Samahara Dvandvaha Charte iti sutra praptaha. So we already have this order to make Sukha Dukkham as well as Sukha Dukkhe. Sa viruddharthanam yadi bhavati. If it is viruddharthanam, if you have two things which are opposites, tarhi adhavyavachinam eva iti niyamartham vidam sutram. Sutram is niyamartham, which means that if you are going to make a samahar, if you are going to make a dvandvaha of opposites, then you can make a samahara only if it is adhavyavachi. So that is so this is actually very counterintuitive. You might think that this sutram, which is Vipratishiddham Chanadhikarana Vachi, is prescribing a samahara dvandva. It is not. Actually, it's limiting a samahara dvandva. It's limiting sutram. Limiting. So it's strangely enough, this sutram is not required to form a samahara. In fact, this sutram limits the cases in which samahara can be used. So if you're going to make a dvandva of opposites, then the dvandva can be made samahare only when it is adravyavachi. It is the it does not stand for a substance. So anyway, right now we don't have substance. We're not with. So tena dravyavachi na mitritara yogaha eva shitoshne udake staha. Hot and cold water. You cannot say shitoshnam udakam. Say shitoshne udake staha. There are two waters. One water is cold, one is hot. So this is a sutra which is, so now you see, so in the Gita, Sukha Dukkhe Samaya Kritva we have. That is Itaritara Yogaha. Here we have Sukha Dukkhe Saptam Ekvachanam of Sukha Dukkham. So Sukham cha Dukkham cha Etayor Samaharaha. Now this was already, Vikalpaha was Praptaha from Chatyadvandvaha. This sutra is Niyamartham, that if you're going to make Samaharaha, then this better be of something which is not Dravyavachi. Right now we don't have Dravyavachi. This just says in happiness and sorrow. It's not talking about something, somebody who's happy or sorry. So we are fine here. So that is, that's one. Now, mat samipasthaha. So this is the sutram which is mama samipam mat samipam. Close to me. Close to me, straightforward, shashti samasaha. Only thing special is that the pradipatikam is here is asmad. How it became mat is the question. Asmat plus nyas plus sami plus su. Of course, sutra is shashti. Shashtiyantam padam we have. So, samarthena subantena saha samasyate. Tatpurusha samaso bhavati. Right? So got that. That one is easy. But the pradikam was asmat. Mama is shashti ekvachanam of asmat. So how you going to get from asmat to mat? That is the question. So asmat plus nyas, sami plus su. Sutra is shashti. Then prathamadidishtam samasa upasujanam purvam. So shashtiyantam padam will get the purnipataha. Asmat plus anuband, I mean the supluk, supodhatu paripadikayoho. Then what happened? This is a sutram. Pratyottara padayoscha. Which means that if you have, let's go to sutram 7297. Let's look at the vritti. So this asmad and yushmad, when they are used in the singular and followed by either a pratyaha or a uttara padam. In this case, we have uttara padam. Then they become basically mad and tvat. Manmanavo madbhakto madhyaji man namaskaru. Madbhaktaha. Manmanaha. Madhyaji comes in Gita, right? Chapter 9, last shloka. Also chapter 18. Manmanavo madbhakto madhyaji man namaskaru. So, says that maparyantayor etayoho. Ekartha vachinoho. Tva maustaha. So yushmad then asmat. Maparyantasya. Up to the makaraha. So the asma. So yushma and asma of that part. Tasya anshasya. Tva mau adeshaustaha. So they'll get the adesha of tva or mo. Anekashi sarvasya, the whole thing will be gone. Pratyaye uttarapade cha parataha. So uttarapade cha parataha. So that means that either when the pratyaya follows, like madiyam pustakam, right, my book, or you can also say uttarapade cha parataha. In this case, uttarapade cha parataha. Uttarapadam is following, then ma paryantasya, but it has to be, I'm sorry, I used the wrong thing here. It has to be ekartha vachinoho. It has to be singular. The meaning should be singular. Then only we can so pratti uttarapadech parataha. So that is what we have here. So we have uttarapadam following. So this is a singular usage in the singular number. We have asmat followed by an uttarapadam. Then the ma paryanta up to asma becomes the ma adesha. So ma ad, asma ad becomes ma ad samipa. Then atogune, mad samipa, and then karicha, mad samipastha. So that's the thing. So one more time, if you have yushmad or asmad, using the singular, followed by a pratyaha or uttarapadam. Right now we're talking about samasa, so we have uttarapadam right now. Then ma paryantasya tva maustaha pratyaya uttarapadecha parataha. So ma ad becomes mad. Very common. So this is very important because when you put asmad or yushmad in a compound or in a tadita formation, something like that, then we need to know. They say madacharya, asmadacharya. Is it my Acharya or everybody's Acharya, all of us? It becomes important to distinguish between the singular, like Madaparadha. Madaparadha, my fault. Is it my fault or is it all of us' fault? So it is important to distinguish the Asmad Yushmad being in Ekavachanam or not. So that is why this in the language, this becomes mat and twat basically. So you can tell whether that is singular or not. So we say mat samipa means close to me, not close to us, close to me. So okay. And then when we say this sutra mat samipa tishtati iti mat samipastaha, this is supistaha. We saw that, right? So we can look at it quickly again. I mean, this again, we are just revising all of this today. We have seen this before. So it says madhya tishtati iti madhyastaha. So madhya, I mean, same the samipa plus mi, stha plus ka, supistaha. All of these places you first start with upapadam ating, tatra upapadam saptami stham, then supistaha. The supi is saptami antam. Supi. So we do have a subantam, doesn't have to be karmani, subantam, which is upapadam. In that case, the pratyaya ka can be used. This is dhatu stha. We also saw the yoga vibhaga of this sutram, that basically any akaranta dhatu can be the pratyaya kaha, supi. And then kartari krit, prathamadrisham samasu, upasujanam, purvam. Keep on repeating these. As I was saying, I think in one of the classes, when you're sick of hearing these from me, it's time to teach somebody else. Sick of hearing from me these sutras, like Vikriti Pratyaya. Okay, Kalpesh in the class. Okay, thank you, Kalpesh. When we were talking about the word Vikriti Pratyaya, Vikriti. So, Gana Vikaranaha. So, this when we talk about the vocabulary of going back to the vocabulary Vikru. So, Gana Vikaranaha. Because of the Gana, it transforms the dhatu into something else. Transforms it. Yeah, thank you, Kalpesh. So, you got the Pratyaya ka over here by Supistaha, and then after that, we get the this pratyaya ka sanya of ardhadhatukam because of ardhadhatukam sheshaha dhatu iti vihitaha, and then we get ato lopa iticha when we have a ajadi pratyaya sanya of ardhadhatukam, then the adantam angam takes lopaha if it's a kitnit pratyaya ajado kiniti athva if it has the idagamaha seti ajado. I mean, ajadi, it has to be ajadi. If it's said, it has to be ajadi. But seti ardhadhatuke, athva ajadi kiniti ardhadhatuke. Parataha, adantangasya lopasyat. Again, when I make up the vritti in the class, don't memorize what I say. You have to go to Siddhanta Kaumudi and do that. I mean, I know what the meaning of the sutram is, that the adantasyangasya lopasyat, ajado kiniti ardhadhatuke, athva seti ardhadhatuke. But let's see what Bhattoji says. Bhattoji says ajadyoho ardhadhatukayoho kinititoho. See, he makes it nice and short and sweet. Kinititoho. Means kinit or idagama is there. Parayoho ato lopaha. Very important. Ato lopa iticha. Don't confuse these two, by the way. Today we just saw the sutram ato lopa. That is just ardhadhatuke. Well, this one is that. So any pratyaya which is sanya of ardhakam follows adantasyangasya lopasya. But this ato lopa iticha requires it to be ajadi kitnit or with an idagama. It doesn't have to be kitnit then, but it should be for an adantamangam. This is for a akarantamangam. Two different things. Okay, so ato lopaha and ato lopa iticha both come in the adhikar of ardhadhatuke. Okay, so we got this akar lopaha, and then we got the form madhyastha. Same thing, we have this form kutastha in Gita. Atma samstam manakritva we have in Gita. It's very famous sutram. This one is supistaha. What we have right now is that is matsamipastaha. So matsamipe tishtati iti matsamipastaha. So we cannot say tishtati tistaha. It depends on that upapadam being there. So what he said is that is sukho dukkhe, in happiness and sorrow, you staying close to me always, sarvada, asakhiyathaha. So sakhiya. So sakha iva acharati sakhi. So sakha sakhiyate. Because we saw tarunayate, right? Same thing. We saw tarunayate. Taruna iva acharati tarunayate. Tarunayate kartukyang salopascha. So sakha iva acharati sakhiyate. Only thing here is that we got the ikara, this sakhiyatha. No, same thing here. Same thing here. We got the dirgha adesha. But 7, just like tarunayate, same thing. 7-4, angakaram is samanam. 7-4-25, akrut sarvadhatukayoho dirgha. So we got sakhiya. So we had follow all the same steps, sakhi plus su plus kyang and all that. So angakaram is same, akrut sarvadhatuka dirgha. So sakhi is a new dhatu, vasanajanta dhatavaha, because kyang is a nit. So anudatta nita atmanepadam asakhiyataha langlakaraha. Madhya purusha ek vachanam adagavaha. So sarvada asakhiyataha. So in happiness and sorrow, you staying close to me acted like a friend, always acted like a friend. So sarvada, again remove the nama dhatu and make the vigraha vakyam. There is sarvada sakha iva acharaha. Acharaha. You behave like a friend at all times. Okay. Yo mitrani shatruyati sanindarha. Shatruyati is like we have Vishnuyati. So Dvijam Vishnuyati. So somebody treats the priest like he's Vishnu himself. So sutram is that Vishnum iva acharati Vishnuyati. If you look at this sum, this is a different thing. The same pratyaya kyacha, the different meaning. This is what you have to watch out for. You have to watch out for this, you know. So this is not somebody who wants Vishnu for himself. That's not the meaning here. This is not like putriyati. So atmanaha putram putriyati. So this is you have to be careful to see in what meaning. Just because you got the form doesn't mean, because these two rules are back to back. It's 318 supaha atmanaha kyach, but then that means almost back to back. Upamanada achare. So 318 and 3110, we have to carefully monitor these. In what meaning that pratyaya kyach is being used? What pratyaya kyach is being used is 318. I'm sorry, wrong thing. 318 and 3110. Oh no, this won't be it. I'm sorry. This is not this section. Unfortunately, we don't have the entire Siddhanta Kaumudi online right now. We'll get it someday. We'll have it there. So 318, we already saw, is that Ishikarmana eshitahu sambandhinaha subantad ichchayam arthe kyach atmanaha putram ichchati putriyati. But then 3110 is different. It says upamanad achari, upamanat karmanaha. So he's treating somebody like something. Karmanaha subantad achare means treating. Achare arthe in the type of word achare arthe kyach putram iva acharati putriyati chhatra. So same form putriyati. See putriyati chhatram, but in this case it treats somebody. So that's also an indication. When you have another this vityantam over here, so putriyati chhatram. So here we have the what do we have? So mitrani shatruyati. So mitrani is an indication. If we take the meaning of atmanaha, of course it will be very bad meaning anyway. Atmanaha shatru nichati shatruyati. But then what will mitrani then? Will mitrani stand over here then? So this is a good indication that this is not the supa atmanaha kyach. This is upamanad achari. But still the point needs to be made that the form will be the same. So chatram putramiva acharati putriyati chatram. Atmanaha putram ichchati api putriyati. The same, but that chatram will not be there. So you have a mitrani shatru. So be careful of these two. Completely different meanings, isn't it? So upamanad achari, upamanad karmanaha, subantad achari arte kyachvasyat. So the prakriya is the same. Vishnamiva acharati dvijam, Vishnuyati dvijam. He treats the priest like he is Vishnu himself. So Shatruniva acharati, Shatruyati mitrani. So once you have the pratyaya kyach, so then this same thing. So Shatru plus Shas plus Kech and so on. So here we have Shatruyati, again we get the Dirgha Adesha, Akrisarvadatkayo Dirgha. The same steps as Vishnuyati, which you do in the class, same thing. So one who treats his friends, so Padacheda is Yaha, Mitrani, Shatrun iva acharati, Shatruyati. Saha Nindarhaha. So one who treats his friend like enemies, he deserves censure, deserves blame, deserves criticism. Now, Nindarhaha. Interesting thing. This is a Upapada Samasa, by the way. Nindarhaha. Nindam arhati. Comes in Gita. Pujarha Madhusudana. Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhe Dronancha Madhusudana. Vishvipati Yotsami. Pujarha Varisudana. He Arisudana. Pujarha. So this Bhishma and Drona, they are, Puja Marhataha. They deserve to be worshipped. How can I kill them? Same adhyaya over here. I think chapter 2, number 6 or 7. No, 4. Katham Bhishmaham Sankhe Dronancha Madhusudana Ishupati Yosam Pujarhao. Pujarhao. So Pujam Arhati Pujarhaha. So Sammanarhaha. One who deserves that. Nindarhaha. So what sutram are we using here? I think this was not given in the lesson. This was not in the lesson, but this sutram is also Upapada Samasa we are using. So it says Ninda Marhati, Puja Marhati, Iti Nindarha, Pujarhaha. I mean, Ninda plus Pratyaya Ach is being used. Of course, these two steps are always the same, which is Upapadam Mating, Tatra Upapadam Saptamistham. Upapadam Mating, Tatra Upapadam Saptam. So no matter what kind of Upapada Samasa you are going to form, first two should be automatic. Upapadam Mating, that's the Samasa Vidhayaka Sutram. Then the Sanya Sutram, Tatra Upapadam Saptamistham. We need to know what qualifies as Upapadam. But here comes the Sutram 3 to 12. 3 to 12. Sutram is Arha itself. Very straightforward Sutram. 3 to 12. 3 to 12. Now why do we need this Sutram? Why could we not use Karmanyan? Always think about that. The moment you have a Karma Upapadam, always think about why did we not use Karmanyan, this Samanya Sutram. Anniti Vihitaha Samanyena. Atra Kasmana Prayujyate. Why do we need Acha? Correct? Because in the word Arha, in the Dhatu Arha, the Upadha is the Repa. So we will not going to have any of Atopadha, anything. There is no Atopadha Vriddhi is not coming. Then why do we need the Sutram Arhaha? Look at what Kashika says. Arhaha. Pujayam. Asmad Arha Pujayam. Asmad Dhatoho Karmanyapapade. Ashpratya Bhavati. Anopavadaha. But then look at what he says. Stilinge Visheshaha. In the feminine you will have a difference. Because if you use the Pratyaya Ach, we will get the Ajadyata Shtap. Pujarha Bhagavati Devi. Navratri, right? So Pujarha Devi. She deserves worship. But if you had made Karmanyan, Kumbhakari, become Pujarhi, Anishtam Rupam Syat. So to avoid that Pratyaya Neep, that Panini puts the Sutram Arhaha. This is nothing to do with Upapada Samasas really. You could have used Karmanyan. So in the masculine, Pullinge Vishesha Nasti. Pullinge Napumsalingeva Vishesha Nasti. Vishesha Nasti. There's no difference. Because you would have got the same form, Nindarha, using Karmanyan also. Because and will do the Atopadha, but Upadha is not the Akara, it's the Repa. But Stilinge Striyam Vishesha. Pujarha, we have got because the Sutram, that our musical Sutram. So this is the 4115. Tiddhani. Tiddhani. Tit, dha and an. Ai. Dvaya saj, dadnai, matrach, etc. So when these are used, then Pratyaya Neep has to be used. We have got the form Pujarhi in the feminine, should be in the wrong form. So to avoid that we get. So otherwise Karmanyan would have just fine would have worked for us right here. So Anopavadaha, Stilinge Visheshaha, Pujara Brahmani, Devi, whatever. So the rest of the steps are the same. Kathamanudishtam is Upapadam Because in the Samasa Vidhayaka Sutram, what is Prathama Nidishtam? We have to understand that. So that is the Upapadam Ating. Upapadam is Prathama Nidishtam, Prathama Ekvachanam. So that will get the Purva Nipataha. So Ninda, I'm sorry, we should put the over here. I'm sorry. Ninda plus because this is also the Upapadam is Karmani Upapade. So Ninda plus So no, I already have. I'm sorry, I already have that. No. I already have that up here. Ninda plus plus arha plus acha. Okay. Then do the supluk of the supudhatu pradipikayoho halantyam anubandha lopaha. Then akasami dirgha nindarha pujarha. Okay. So one who treats his friends like enemies, he deserves to be criticized. Deserves criticism. So nindam arhati nindarha. Arha iti sutram. Arha is a sutram. Okay. And striyam visheshaha. Silinge visheshaha. Now next one is the yuvam yada kalaha yethe tada vayam dukkha yamahe. So yuvam yada kalaha yethe. So this is the Madhyam Purusha Dvivachanam lat tada vayam dukkha yamahe. Again lat Uttam Purusha Bhavachanam. We have already derived these two forms, so let's just quickly go through them. Is that sutram is Shabda Vaira Kalaha. Here it is. Shabda Vaira Kalaha Bhrakandva Meghebhya Karane. In doing that, so making a quarrel. So karmana itanu vartate. Ebhya karmabhya karotyarthe kyang syat. Again, look at the meaning. What's the meaning now? So these pratipadika pratikebhya etebhya pratipadikebhya karane arthe karotyarthe. One who does that, whatever that pratipadikam is standing for. So one who makes a fight. So kalahayate. So kalaham karoti iti kalahayate. So this karana means not the instrumental, but it means doing that action, doing that thing what is there. So shabdam karoti shabdayate. Kalaham kuruthaha. Kalaham kuruthaha. The two of you fight. Kalahayate. The prakriya is very similar. So we check kalaha plus plus kyang suplok anubandha lopaha. Again the same thing. Akrus sarvadhatakayor dirghaha. That is the kalahaya. So is a sadhita dhatu, derived dhatu. Kalahaya. Akrus sarvadhatakayor dirghaha. Same as before. And then so Taruna, I think the prakriya is the same, but the meaning is different. It's karane, doing that. So kalaham kurutha. So we'll do the same thing here. Yuvam yada kalaham kurutha. Kalaha yethe. Of course, this is the Madhyam Purusha Dvivachanam. Kalaha, like labhe the, kalaha yethe. We won't go through that part of it. That should be straightforward. And then dukkha yamahe. What is that now? Sukadibhya kartri vedanayam. Katriti prutak pradam lupta shashti. I'm just repeating this from the lesson only. We had this in lesson before, already we had it. So vida chetana akhyana nivaseshu iti chauradikad yuchi vedana shabdo jnanavachi tadapeksham eva kartuttam. Is one who experiences that. So experiencing happiness, etc. in that meaning. And karta cha sukhadibhir anveti. So means experience for himself. Experiences happiness himself, not somebody else's happiness. Sukhadibhyaha, karmabhyaha. So vedana yam arthe kyang syat vedana kartuhu kartureva yadi sukhadini syuhu. So sukham vedayate. So it's a churadigana. So one who knows means understands, means one who experiences happiness, one who feels happy basically. Feels happy. Sukhayate. So this when you put the pratya once then the same thing, sukhayate akrustaratayo dirghaha. The prince choradika sukhadibhya pratyakyang, again same pratyakyang is coming sukhayate. You can look at the atmanipadam ending anudatagnyata atmanipadam sukhayate. So dukkham vedayamahe means dukkham vedayamahe, we feel sorry. Dukkham vedayamahe, dukkhayamahe. So sukadibhya kartru vedanayam, when someone feels that emotion of happiness, etc., for himself, of himself, he feels happy himself or sorry himself, then pratyaya kyang can be used. So this different meaning is vedanaya and should be of the doer himself. So dukkhayamahe, so dukkham vedayamahe. So what we can do is that we can make it like this: yuvam yada kalaham kuruthaha tada vayam dukkham vedayamahe. So when the two of you make a quarrel, when the two of you fight, then all of us feel sorry. All of us feel sorry. We feel sorry. We feel sorry. Okay. There is nothing new in all of the examples. I'm just taking what we did in the lesson and putting them down just for practice. There's nothing new. Jalam shitali kritya mam payaya. Having made the water cold, right? Give it to me to drink. Basically, make me drink. This payaya is a nijanta dhatu is being used here. This is so padacheda jalam shitali kritya samastam padam. Because look at the lyap adesha. Samasanyang purve kritva lyap. Samasam vina lyap na sambhavati. Without samas, I cannot get the lyap. So this has to be a compound. Of course, tukagam also. We see it in a second. Mam payaya. Payaya is the lot. Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam Parasyapadam. Dhatu Payi. We had this Dhatu Pa Pane. Let's look at Paya first. Let's finish that form. Payaya. Pa Pane. When the Pratyaya Nich Hetumati. And to make somebody drink. So make me drink. Make me drink. So we get Anubandha Lope Chutu Halantyam. Pa. Now we get the Yuk Agamaha. Ato yukchin kritoho. Ato yukchin kritoho. Ato yukchin kritoho. So if you have a adantam angam, which is this is pa. For pratyaya, which is the nit or nit. Chavarga pancham, tavarga pancham is an it. But ato yukchin kritoho. So let me see. Let us see what this number is. I think it should be either the Krit Pratyaya. So this is 7337. 7333, wrong number, I'm sorry. 7333 should be Ato Yuchin Krito. 7333 Ato Yuchin Krito. So Pratyaya should be either a Krit Pratyaya, which is the Nit or Nit. So Tavarga Panchama, Chavarga Panchama is a Nit. Athva Pratyaya Chin. We don't have Pratyaya Chin right now, but we do have Pratyaya Nicha. This is the sanya of Ato Chin Kruto. Let me look at it right now. 1 second. You know what? No, that's not the one. I'm sorry. Okay, let me go here. I'm getting confused. No, that's not the one. I'm sorry. Oh, I had it right. It was 7037. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. It is 7037, not 33. Because you know why? Why can we do Ato Chin Krutoho? Because the fact is that the Pratyaya doesn't have the Krit Sanya. Always check all the conditions for the sutra to apply. Because Ato Chin, okay, let's look at both of these. You know why I made the mistake. The 7333 is the sutram, which is Yuk Agamaha. So Adantanam Yuk Agamaha, which is fine. We have the Dhatu Pa. Syat Chini, which we don't have. Pratyaya Chin we don't have. But Niti Kriticha. Vidya Pratyaya Nich is a Nit Pratyaya. So Chavarga Panchama is an It. But Kriti. Now the thing starts from 3193. We are using 3126 to bring in the Nich Pratyaya. So this Nich Pratyaya does not have the Krit Sanya. So we cannot use Ato Yuk Chin Kritoho. We do have Adantamangam. We do have Pratyaya which is Nit, but we don't have, that doesn't have the Krit Sanya. So I was thinking of Ato Yuk Chin Kritoho, but then I got stuck because Nich doesn't have the Krit Sanya. So always check all like a lawyer, exactly like a court case, you know. You have to go and present your case to the Vaiyakarana Nikaya. The Society of Grammarians are sitting there to judge you, Vyakarana Nikaya, the Society of Grammarians. So that is the courthouse. You have to go and be able to prove that what you have done is as per the law. The law is Ashtadhyaya, of course. So here the law says that Kriti. We don't have that. We don't have that. So we need, because the niche is set 3126, the thing starts from 3193. So we can use this one, but it says that Sha, Dha, Sa, Va, Vya, Ve, Pa. Iti etesham, some typos here, Anganam, Yuk, Agamoti, Now Parataha. Now we are all set. Now we can show to the judge. Because Now Parataha, we have niche following, and Pa is here in this list. So 7337 can be used, get the Yuk Agama. We saw this in the previous lesson. So Sha, Cha, Sa, Va, Vya, Ve, Pam. So this is Yuk Agama. So Yuk. So that's how we got the form. We got the Dhatu Pa Yi. Then Pa Ya between the Patya Lot. Dhatu Sanya Sanadhyanta Dhatavaha. I mean, Yuk, you have to put the Adanta Takita, we know that, and Anubandha Lopaha. Got the Dhatu Pai, Pai plus Lot, Anubandha Lopaha. Then Patya Sip, Tiptajji, Anubandha Lopaha. Serya picture. So it should be like, like Bu becomes Bhava. So Pai becomes Pa, Ya. So Shap Kartari Shap, and then Anubandha Lopaha. Then Gunadesha Sarvadhatukardhika Yoho, Echo Yava Yavaha. Then come Ato He. So this Adanta Dangat Prasya He Luxyat. So He Luxyat. So Ato He 64105 Ato He. 64105 Atah Prasya He Luk. Ato He. Now, couple of subtle points, by the way. Couple of subtle points. I'd like to make 2 points over here. One is that should this mom take the Tritya Vibhakti or Dvitya Vibhakti here? Does it have the Karma Sanya? Because look at this. This has a Jalam. So make me drink water. Means basically feed water to me, water. So now that mom, because the Ipsita Tamam, Kartur Ipsita Tamam Karma. So that mom will not qualify for that actually, because Jalam, he wants to feed water, that he wants to give me water. But now, remember the lesson we had, I'm just refreshing your memory. The lesson we had before is that right below the Sutram, which is Akatitam, which I think is 1450. So, so first thing we have is Kartuhu, Ipsita Tamam Karma. Then we had Akatitancha. Then we have this Gati Buddhi Pratyavasanartha Shabda Karma Akarma Karnam Ani Karta Sarnau. So in these meanings, if it has to use, so Ani Karta. So basically, Aham Jalam Pibami. Mam Jalam. So aham jalam pibami. I drink water, right? But then it says mam jalam payayati. Someone makes me drink water. Now the anikarta when the niche was not there, that time the karta was aham, asmad, aham. And what meaning was pratyavasan, to consume, to drink or eat or drink, in that meaning. Then, because normally what happens is that when you have a karta, then by 2-3-18 it says Kartukaranayos Tritiya will come. Anabhita. Because that Paya is taking that ending of Madhyapurusha Ekavachanam. So now the Aham is no longer Abhita. Asma is not Abhita. So it should go to Tritiya by 2-3-18 Kartukaranayos Tritiya. But we want to get Dvitiya here by Mam, not Maya. So how do we stop that the Titya Karta? But because this Anikarta, which is the Aham, I mean, this we've done in prior lesson, but let's practice something, Come to the end of the book now. So remember this sutra. Gati Buddhi Pratyavasanartha Shabda Karma Karna Manikarta Sarnau. The niche pratyaya comes that anikarta was in the meaning of this, it was an action, pratyavasanartha, to eat or drink, he will become the karma sanya. And then we can use karma dvitiya. So that's how you got the mam. So that's one point. At 1452, we got the karma sanya for asma pradipadikam, and we got the dvitiya vibhakti, make it mam. That's number 1 point. Second, these are all the subtle points you should think about, which we have spent so much time studying all of this. Now the second thing is parasya padam atva atmane padam. Nichascha Sutram says we can use Atmanipadam or Parasyapadam. So now, but there comes specific rules which says Nigarana Chalanarthebhya, important Sutram, is Nehe. If we have a Nijanta Dhatu, Nigarana, again consuming, swallowing, consuming, eating, drinking. If the Dhatu is in that meaning, then we have to use Parasyapadam. Even though this one was saying Nichascha, Panini said you can use Atmapadam or Parasyapadam, but Nigarana Charanarthebhya is only Parasyapadam. So because it's Nehe, if you have Nijanta Dhatu, in this meaning 1387. So these are the two sutras which you can think about in this example. 1452, it says that Gatyarthanam, Buddhyarthanam, Pratyavasanarthanam cha Dhatunam Tatha Shabda Karmakanam Akarmakanam cha Anyantanam Yah Karta Sah Nyantanam Karma Sanya Bhavati. So that's one thing. And second thing we saw is 1387. This entire from Anudartha from 1312 up to end of 13. Pani talks about which will take Parasyapadam, which take Atmanepadam. So it says that Nigarana Charanarthebhya Kartavipraya Kriya Phala Vivakshayam Atmanipada Apavadaha Parasyapadam Vidiyate Nigaranam Abhyavaharaha. So means consuming. Chalanam. Nigaranarthebhyash chalanarthebhyascha dhatubhya nyantebhya Parasyapadam eva bhavati. Parasyapadam. So 1387, 1450. I know we're spending some time, but this is our chance to practice these because in a few months this book is going to be finished. We don't have, so at least let us put some time. We can go a bit faster than this, but if you can practice some of these things, remind you of these rules. 1387. 387. Okay. Shitali Kritya, we just saw, you're back here, we just saw the same thing here, right? Which is but from the beginning we've been seeing that, right? Like Shukli Kritaha and so Krishni Kritaha. So Ashitalam Sampadyate, Tat Kritva. So having made something which was not cold into cold. So Shitali is derived the same way, Pratya Chvi. Shitali Kritya is going to be a Gati Samasaha. Kugati Pradayaha. So because this Chviyantam gets the Gati Sanya by Uryadi Chvi Dachascha, then Kugati Pradayaha. And then we use the Pratyaktva was used to get Kritva first of all, because Samana Kritikyoho Purvakali. Samana Karta is Tvam. Because this Madhya Purusha Ekavachanam is being used here in the Kriya, in the Tingantam Padam. So having made the water cold, transformed it to cold, the same water. That's the thing about the Chvatya, the same water is not becoming cold. Always remember that it should be the same thing transforming to a new state. Like the swans became white, the same swans became white, same parrots became green, So same water having made it cold, so Madhya Purusha Samana Karta is Tvam, and then Samasanyang Purve Ktu Lyap and Tuk Agamaha by Rasvasya Piti Kriti Tuk. So Shitali Kritya. So Shitali Kritya, because we need the Samasa. Without Gati Samasa, we cannot get the Lyap Adesha. So having made the water cold, feed it to me, make me drink it. That's the meaning. We have some more time. Okay, we have some more time. So let us Shila, this is also a strange little sentence, but let's see what it says. Shila Shayena Daridra Shishuna Shoka Pidita Mata Bhuta. Shila Shayena Daridra Shishuna Shoka Pidita Mata Bhuta. So Shila Shayena Daridra Shishuna Shoka Pidita Mata Ahuta. It's Ahuta. It's a bit of a Vichitram Vakyam. So by the poor boy who was lying on a stone, or stone slab, I guess, was called, the mother was called, mother who was afflicted with grief was called by the boy who was lying on a stone, the boy who was poor. It's a very strange sentence, but so the mother was called, the mother herself was shokapidita, shokatrasta, pidita, titya samasaha. So the mother who was afflicted with grief was called by the boy who was lying on a stone, and the boy who was poor. So this dhatu is vain. Spardhayam shabdecha, but ava is to avanam. So avanam means to ave. Ave is to invite, to call, to address. So ve the pratyagin is iskta by the sutram nishtha bhutarthe, and then taktavatu nishtha. The and tavatu both get nishtha sanya. So no, this is not the right form. We have to use not 3467, we have to use 3470. Atayoreva krityaktak larthaha. Because normally kartri krit would have mean the mother who's the one who's calling, but no, she's the one who was called. So pratyakta. Nishtha is both kta and tavatu are both nishtha. But among those two, the pratyakta comes only bhavakarmanoho, only in the passive. So krityaktayoreva bhavakarmanoho eva. Krityakta kalarthaha. So Kartikrit is overruled by this one. So she was the one who was called. So and then what happens is that there is no idagamaha, it's anidhatu, anudatu, eka, chupadesha, anudattat, in nishedha. Then samprasaranam. Vachi sapi yajadi nam kiti. You see the daily examples many times we've seen that. Vachi sapi yajadi nam kiti. The yajadis are the last 9 dhatus in the bhuvadi ganaha. Ve is one of them, veng spardayam shabdecha. So we get samprasaranam. So yanasthane iggadeshaha, igyanas samprasaranam. So it becomes hakara, ukara, ekaraha, and the tha. In the meanwhile, lashakvatadhyate. Yeah, there's no halantyam. Lashakvatadhyate. I mean, no lashakvatadhyate. And we get the samprasaranacha, samprasaranacha, purupurva ekadesha is the pururupam ekadesha, 618. And then we get this sutram, which is this 642 sutram, because right after the angasya adhikara starts, sutram says halaha, samprasaranasya. So let angasya, look at this interesting guys, 3 rules. Samprasaranasya, angasya, and halaha. So all that you combine, you get the following vritti you get. So the vritti which you get for 642 halaha. See, these were done a long time ago. We may not recall these rules, but says anga vayavad dhalaha param. So yat samprasaranam tadantasya dirgha. Okay, so you should have an angam ending in a samprasaranam. So with that we have who, that ukaraha is, but igyana samprasaranam is samprasarana sanya. It should also be followed by a hal. Sorry, it should be following a hal. So we have that hakara is the hal, but that hal should be of the part of the angam. Anga vayava dhalaha param. So what do we have? We have the hakara, ukara is the angam. For the pratyata, the akara, the angam is who. The u is a samprasaranam. It's following the hakara, which is a hal of belonging to the angam. Then dirghasya. So the sutram is, when the angasya adhikara starts, the first sutram there. The first sutram is halaha. Anga vayava dhalaha param. Yes samprasaranam. Tadantasya dirgha. So get halaha, so you get huta, and ahuta is gati samasa, because ang is upasargaha, gatishcha. So kriya, so upasarga kriya yoge gatishcha, gati samasaha. Then now this is a new sutram. Now he's not covered in the book so far. So this is also upapus shilayam shetiti shilashayah. For those who chant the Rudra Prashnaha, Gartashayam Yuvanam Rudram. Gartashayam, one who lies in the cavity of the heart. Gartashayam. So Garte Shetiti Gartashayaha Rudraha. I think it comes in the second last anuvaka, I think. I think 10th anuvaka, I believe it is. Gartashayam yuvanam rudram. So Gartashayam comes rudram. So this is the Shilayam Shete. Adhikarana. Adhikarana upapade. The upapade is Adhikaranam. So Sutram is this 3 to 15. Of course, first of all, Upapadam, Ating, Tatrapadam, Saptami, Stham. And now we search for the appropriate Sutram to give us this Pratyaha, given this Upapadam. So this Sutram is 3 to 15, which was not covered in the lessons. So, but anyway, we need that one. Adhikarane Shetehe. The Shetehe is Panchami Ekvachana of Sheti. Notice one thing by this. Dhatu Shing Swapne is Atmanepadi because Anudatta Gnita Atmanepadam. But in spite of that, Panini used Shetehe, Panchami of Sheti. Of Sheti because Ik Stipau Dhatu Nirdeshe. Ik can stip. Only stip can be used Dhatu Nirdeshe. So the form Sheti is used and Shetehe is Panchami Ekvachanam. So following this Dhatu Shing Swapne, on the condition that you have a Adhikaranam as the Upapadam, then the Pratyaya Ach can be used from back here, Anuvritti. So 3 to 15, Adhikarane Shetehe is also quite an important sutram. Only for one single dhatu. Only for one single dhatu we have this sutram, which is Supiti Sambandhate. So Supi, but Shete Adhikarane, the Adhikarane Subante Upapade. So it should be Adhikaranatam, Adhikarane. This sup should be in Adhikarane, should be basically in the locus of the action. Achpatya bhavati. Sheter dhatoho. Adhikarane subante upade achpatya bhavati. Adhikarane shete. Now this is how you see we need more and more specific rules to get. Upadam it was not karmani. We cannot use supistha, we cannot use. So we have to now find a sutram in that section, mainly between 3 to 1, 3 to 100, to get us the right pratyaha, the right meaning with this dhatu. With this dhatu. So that is 3 to 15. So that is the one. And then of course kartari krit and the usual thing. Upasajana sanya, upasajanam purvam. So shing swapne. So this ni is adhikarane saptami ekavachanam. Ach halantyam. And then sarvadhatukartakayo gunaha gunadeshaha. Echo yavayavaha shaya. And then pradipadika sanya supluk. So shilashayah. So shilayam sheti shilashayah. Garte sheti gartashayah rudraha. Shilashayah putraha. Okay, ahuta, we did that, is gati samasaha, and then ahuta is at the pratyaya top. This I should put it back here, I think. So this I should put it back here, not here. Okay, ahuta. Okay, so this sentence, the meaning is, I don't know, doesn't make too much sense, but it says that the mother was called by the Daridra Shishu is, Karmadhara Samasa. Daridra Chasau Sishuscha. Shishushcha, it is, he's a poor boy. So the mother who was struck, and this was also Titya Samasa. Kartukrane Kruta Bahulam, nothing really special. Shokena Pidita, Shoka Pidita. Here also this dhatu pid is churadi ganaha. Nishtayam seti. This ikara is not the ikara of the nishpati, it's the idagamaha. Nishtayam seti. Just like in mohitaha, chitritaha, here also. So shokena pidita, titya samasaha. Kartakarane krita, so this kartarate. So this is the karta, shokaha, shokena pidita. Mata, so the mother who was afflicted with grief was called by the poor boy who was lying on a stone slab. If we can make some meaning out of that, you can try that one. Okay, last one. We are out of time now. Let's do last one. Bashpayamanan sharanagatan putriyet sadhuho. Putriyet, so bashpayamanan sharanagatan vitya bhavachanantam. Putriyet is the same name. Atmanaha putra michati. No. See, this is the thing. See, this is not, see, this is same thing again. See, this is not supatmanaha kyacha. This is not atmanaha putra michati. This is putra eva acharati. Putra eva acharati. Upamana, see, this is the mistake, see, because Upamanad acharya, because so it says putriyati chatram. He treats the student like his own son. So that's what we are having. Putriyet is that putram iva achare. So putran iva acharet. So he should treat a sadhu, a noble person, should treat the Sharanagatan Janan, supply Janan, the people who have taken refuge, have surrendered to him, taken his refuge. A good person should treat such persons like his own sons, and particularly if they are shedding tears. Bashpayamanan Sharanagatan. Is there a typo here? One second. I'm sorry, I know time is up. Yeah, what's the typo, brother? Anybody in the class? What is the typo in this example? Let me see. What's the Induji? Anything you can think about in this shloka? Anything in the example, Induji? Typo? You can think. Indu, you there? Indu, you can think about typo in this. Anybody in the class? What could be a typo here? Okay, time is up. Look at this one, nakaraha. Stoshchunashchuhu. Stoshchunashchuhu. This is the dantya nakaraha. It's in contact with a talavya shakaraha. This should become a nyakaraha. So because stoshchunashchuhu nityam is a nitya karyam. There's no vikalpaha. It should have become like this. So bashpayamanan Sharanagatan. Of course, the Sharanagatan can become Charanagatan optionally through a set of rules, but this one, that one we can use. I know, I'm sorry, time is up. Give me like 1 minute, 2 minutes here. So first of all, Stoshchunashtu Nitya Karyam. After that, we can use this sutram, which is the Shetuk. I think Shetuk is this sutram. Shetuk can be used. So Shetuk. Where's that coming here? Shetuk should be in 8.3. 1 second. And then along with the Shashchoti, is we can use that to get the Charanagatan optionally. So actually there are 4 forms over here. Let me see what the number. I'm sorry. Shetuk. Pumika. That should be somewhere here. Nischavya Prashan. No, that's not it. That's not it. Give me 1 second. Just find this. I don't want to finish the class without giving it the proper. So basically, we'll have to use the Shashchoti. But that requires a J letter to be preceding. And for that we need to get this tuk agama first optionally, and then for that we need this sutram. Let me see if I can find it. I can't forget. I'm forgetting this sutram. Shituk. I'm sorry. Shituk. 8331. Shituk, not Shetuk. Shituk. Yeah. Shituk. 8331. Shituk. So if you have nakara antam first, you can use 8331 along with this is sandhi karyam. You're doing sandhi karyam. So 8331 we can use to nakarasya padantasya nakarasya sheparata tukvasya. So sanchambhu and sanchambhu. So you can use 8331 along with the Shashchoti to get an optional Shakara, but regardless of that, that's optional. This tuk is optional, and Shashchoti, to use Shashchoti, we precede by a Jai letter. We need to get the tuk agama, then we can use Shashchoti. But regardless of whether you use that tuk or not, this has to be a Nyakara only. So that's the typo. Just correct the book, please. So Bashpa, I should be trained to catch these sandhis now. So Bashpayamana Sharanagatan or Charanagatan Putriyet Sadhu. So Putram iva acharet, Putran iva acharet, Putriyet. We just saw that is that the sutram which is Upamanad Achare, Upamanad Karmanaha. Treat somebody like something like Vishnuyati we just saw. So here Subantad Acharya Kyach. Only thing you have to use the Kyachicha. Kyachicha to get the ikara adesha. Kyachicha putriyeti chatra. Putriyet is vidiling pratham purusha ekvachanam. The bashpayamanan. The different meaning now. The same pratyakyang coming in udvamane, to emit, to shed. So bashposhmabhyam udvamane. Bashposhmabhyam. So one who sheds tears. So bashpa. So bashpam udvamati. So bashpa plus am or shas pratyakyang. Dhatu sanya supluk anubandha lopaha. Same thing. Use the akrusarvadhat dhatu ka yo dirghaha. Then lat lakaraha. In this case, bashpayamana, so we use shanach. Latashatri shanacha va pratama samadhikarane. Present participle shanach. Anubandha lopaha. Dashaktatadhite halantyam. And ane mukha. You have the adanta mangam followed by the ana pratyek. It's the muk agama. 7 to 82 ane mukha. And then we get the adintu takitau anubandha lopaha. And bashpayaman. We don't need this now, so we just need this one. Bashpayaman vitya bhavachanam. Bashpayaman. Those are shedding tears. So bashposhmabhyam udvamane. So a noble person should treat those who have surrendered. Sharanagatan is this. Sharanam agatan. Dvitiya samasa. 2124. 2124. I'm sorry, I know time is up. 2124. Sutram Dvitiya Shitatita Patita Gata. The word Gata is Panini is put over here. So 2120. Sharanam Sharanagatan. Dvitiya Samasaha. So one is a noble person should treat those who have sought his refuge, and those who are shedding tears should treat them like his own sons. Okay, I'm going a little bit slow, but I hope you're appreciating some of the points. We come to the end of the book. We only have about 6 months left in this class, now about 6 months left in this class. So let's try to revise some of these points. I don't know when we'll come back to these again. Next time we'll complete the homework, I think we'll complete the homework. And the next lesson, just to give you a heads up, is the next lesson is for Bahuvrihi compounds. So let me give you these two sections for Bahuvrihi if you want to read up a little bit ahead of time. The Bahuvri's compound, the rules which Samasa Vidhaka Sutrani, they start from here, which is 2 to Shesho Bahuvrihi, and go up to this one. So 2 to 23 to 2 to 28. Basically 2 to 24 to 20. You can take those 5. Anekamanya Padarthi up to Tena Sahiti Tulya Yoge. Take those. So those 5 rules. But now there are more rules in the Samas Anta. There's a large section there. There's a large section for Bahuvriho. So that is going to take more of our time. See Bahuvriho. Saktakshnoho Swangashacha. From Bahuvriho. Look at this section. From 5.4.1.13 all the way to the end of 5.4. So this is what? 113 to 160. There will be about 48 rules. So that is going to take the Samas Antaha. We will not be taking all of them, but that is going to take a lot of our time. So if you want to do some homework, 2 to 23 to 2 to 22 to 24 to 2 to 28, and 5.4.13 up to the end of 5.4. Look at that section. We'll continue next time. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Vijay Ramena Bhiyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bhavrama Muddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tutulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana